My favorite part of high school was having to take the ACT test. Said no one ever. If we're being honest here, I'm pretty sure every high school student had actually said the AC test was one of the most stressful times for me. As a current high school student who has plans to go to college, the time for me to take the AC test is coming, and it's coming quick. According to Princeton Review, many colleges require scores from the ACT test as a part of the admissions process. In other words, this particular test is a mandatory portion of getting into college. It can get a little bit overwhelming, especially since it may feel as if the test decides your entire future. However, what most students don't realize or know is there are many resources out there to help alleviate the stress and, most importantly, help you get prepared. One of these resources is a book called The Official ACT Prep Guide by Wiley. So today I will be trying my best to convince you to purchase this ACT book to improve not just your test scores, but also to give you an idea of what is going to be on the test. I'm certain all of you have been high school students who have wanted to go to college, have heard about this test. One of the major tests you take in your life, so how does one become prepared without having to stress themselves out? To get started is quite simple, and it's considering to purchase the Official ACT Prep Guide by Wiley. The ACT has always given any type of high school student some sort of anxiety. The anxiety students develop is mostly due to two simple facts. One, students feel like they aren't prepared, and two, they do not know what to expect on the test. I'd like to explain some of the issues when it comes to anxiety over a test, or more commonly known as test anxiety. Whether most people realize it or not, test anxiety is starting to become the regular normal for high school students. According to a Healthline article by Anna Goddard, test anxiety can affect anywhere between 10 to 40% of all students. That percentage has seemed to increase alongside the increase in standardized testing. Even though there hasn't been steady increase, this isn't the scary part of test anxiety, it's the symptoms. The physical symptoms, according to Kendra Sherry from Very Well Mind, include sweating, shaking, rapid heartbeat, dry mouth, fainting, and nausea. Severe cases can actually cause students to become physically ill. The emotional symptoms include depression, low self-esteem, anger, and a feeling of hopelessness. According to Kendra Cherry, so if you haven't noticed, test anxiety is a real and potentially dangerous problem. These problems are serious and has more than enough potential to happen to anyone. It does not care how old you are, your gender, your race, it has the potential to affect you. Yet the test anxiety comes down to one simple root: not feeling prepared. The Official ACT Prep Guide by Wiley is a great solution for students wanting preparations or help with the ACT test. The book is available for purchase on the internet, certain bookstores, and even at certain Walmarts. According to Wiley, the author of the guide is the go-to handbook for ACT preparation and the only guide from the makers of the exam. The book and online content includes the actual ACT test forms taken from real ACT tests. What this means is what you read in the book over ACT questions are actual questions you will see on the test. Of course, these aren't the only features that come along with the book. Some of the other features include 3 full practice tests, a walk through the entire test experience, and most importantly, gives you help to prepare you mentally and physically for the test. The more in-depth look into the book is that it is divided into 5 parts, and all of these parts are actual excerpts taken from the book. The first part is getting acquainted with the ACT test. It gives you information about the test, a breakdown of the ACT, preparation, skills, and strategies, description of each of the tests, English, math, science, and the optional writing test, test formats, use of calculators, information about other tests, mental preparation, and general test-taking strategies and skills. The guide also shows you mental preparation. The second part is taking and evaluating your first practice tests. This part shows you how to take and score your first ACT practice test and how to identify areas for improvement for each test. Part 3 shows you how to improve your scores for each of the tests. Part 4 is taking additional practice tests, and these explain the other tests, scoring them, interpreting those scores and their ranks. Last but not least, Part 5 is moving forward to test day, and this part explains registering, planning, and packing for test day. Overall, this guide has a lot more to offer than most people realize. I have recently have a friend who has taken the ACT test twice. The first time she took the test, she was not happy with her scores. So she began to look online for tips to improve her score when she had stumbled across the book, The Official ACT Prep Guide by Wiley. She read the reviews and decided to go ahead and purchase the book. She then began to study from it, and the next time she went out to take the test, her scores improved dramatically. Even though this is one person, the overall satisfaction for this book is over a 4.3 star review according to Amazon Review. I can see you now, walking in a testing room with your head held high and confidence flowing through your veins, because you know you are more than ready to take on this test. If you choose to not purchase the book, you lose the opportunity of being prepared. According to an article by Samantha Lindsay, the ACT Prep Guide has smart overall structure. The order of the chapters in the book corresponds to when you should take each step in the review and testing process. This book understands that the best way to guarantee improvement over time is to take a practice test, evaluate your mistakes, study the content that's relevant to your mistakes, and take another practice test to see if you've improved. You'll learn exactly how to begin studying and which steps you should take along the way to make sure you're improving. The official ACT Prep Guide has allowed many students to be a lot more prepared for the test and to hopefully avoid the anxiety that tends to come along with it. With this guide, you'll be becoming a lot more confident. You won't even remember what test anxiety is. I challenge any student who is wanting to take the ACT test to give this book a try. There are many resources out there to help you, and this is one of them. Don't make the mistake of not reaching out for those sources. In my speech and presentation, I have taken the time to discuss the negative impacts of not being prepared and the many features this guide has to offer to reduce those impacts. According to a review on Books A Million by Anita, this book was very helpful for my 15-year-old preparing for the ACT. Her score improved by 4 points overall. Seems to be the book has already given her improvement, one of which she can always grow from. Ask teachers, counselors, or even research this for yourself, but the best preparation for the ACT test starts with this book. My intentions for today were to bring a resource for many students who plan to take the ACT test. I wish everybody who is going to take the test the best of luck and to use this resource for preparations. After all, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. So, will you drink the water?